Is Halo's Master Chief Collection still worth playing in 2021? With the delay of Halo Infinite, probably one of my most highly anticipated games of 2020, I feel as though my game library is missing something. Whereas typically new games are getting pushed out right around the time my previous ones are feeling a bit stale, 2020 has left me feeling a bit empty and confused as to where my next session is going to take me. What with almost every developer either making the decision to postpone their decided upon release date for a better, smoother launch in the future, or the other route. Nevertheless, 2020 as a whole has most definitely made an apparent impact in the gaming industry for the creators and fans of said titles. Because of this, I found myself choosing to play older, more polished games, such as the Borderlands series, especially 3, which at the time of release I didn't seem to enjoy nearly as much as I have this time around. The Mafia series, which if you haven't had the chance to enjoy, now is the time, what with it only being $60 digital on the Xbox store for all 3 definitive versions, first one being remastered. And finally, Halo Master Chief Collection. Over the years, Halo has held a special place in my heart. We're talking one of the first-person shooters I ever got my hands on. Probably one of the best stories I've ever had the pleasure of playing through. And the multiplayer, we're talking about literally endless possibilities of creativity if you include Forge mode, but that's for another video entirely. In the past week, it hasn't even been a question of what to play. It's only been a question of what mode, because I literally can't decide half the time. Yesterday alone, I spent at least 5 to 6 hours on social games, and the day before that, I've not only played Halo Combat Evolved once, but 3 times, and once on Legendary. If you're looking for actual value, you start with the first 4 Master Chief-based games on the base game. Combat Evolved being the 10-year anniversary edition port, which included a graphic swap feature, allowing you to switch between the original or the remaster. Halo 2 has the same feature, but this time it's actually an MCC exclusive we hadn't seen before, unlike the rest of the games included, and it's probably got the most stunning cutscenes I've ever seen in a game. Halo 3, which unfortunately didn't receive a remaster like its predecessors, but the core gameplay itself honestly doesn't need it as much as the others either. And Halo 4, as controversial as it was, came attached with its special ops missions, which I haven't gotten around to playing those yet, but the people I know who have seem to like it quite a bit. As if this wasn't enough, they decided to bring in Halo 3 ODST and Halo Reach as DLC along with Firefight. That's a total of 6 full games and add-ons and multiplayer maps. Basically all access to the entire Halo universe, and it's literally free on Game Pass Ultimate. That alone makes it worth it for me, even years after the release. I'm not going to dive into every single feature on MCC, because we would never get through it. But for me personally, the past week of forging and achievement hunting, campaign binging, infection with the boys, or even just leveling up and completing challenges to finish progressing through the seasons has been the most fun I've had in gaming in a long time. So to answer the question of whether MCC is worth playing in 2021, I'd say 100% it is. Until the release of Halo Infinite, I think it'll still probably be on the top of my games list for a long time. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe with the notification bell turned on to stay up to date with all future updates. Thank you.